Hello, and welcome to Mashable's Air Friday. I am culture reporter Tim Marcin, and on Air Friday, we air fry just about anything or everything in the name of deliciousness. This week, in honor of Thanksgiving, we are going to try to make air fryer stuffing. I've seen a couple of recipes for air fryer stuffing online, but here's the catch. They all either use something but the air fryer to cook the stuffing, or maybe they put a dish inside of the air fryer, and I feel like that's cheating. I feel like you gotta make everything in the air fryer. You can't use some casserole dish inside of it, because then you're not really getting all the magic of the crispy air fryer, hot air getting all around the stuffing. So we're gonna try it. Can't promise it'll go well. So here are the basic ingredients for a pretty straightforward stuffing. We've got, of course, some cubed bread. We've got some onion, garlic, sage, and thyme. We've got some chicken broth. We've got some egg, beaten and seasoned a little bit, and we've got some Italian sausage. Oh, and we also have celery in here. Can't forget celery in your stuffing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make this all in a tiny little air fryer. I'm traveling today, so we're gonna make a really small batch. I don't have my usual big air fryer, but it should come out great all the same. Let's get into it. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw our cubed bread into the air fryer just to crisp it up a little bit so it'll stand up a little bit better, draw the moisture that's going to be in it later. So all I'm going to do is I've got an air fryer that's still kind of preheating. I've got it set to about 300 or so degrees. I'm just going to toss the bread right in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going for perfectly like crouton breadcrumbs. All we want is just a little bit of toast on it before we do everything else. So the bread just has a tiny little crisp to it. I was probably only in there for 2 or 3 minutes. Again, just a little bit crisp. So what I'm gonna do is get a big bowl, take the bread that we just crisped up, we're gonna dump it in there because that's where we're gonna mix up our stuffing later. Now what we're gonna do is put the Italian sausage in the air fryer to give it a little bit of a head start before we cook all the stuffing, because sausage is gonna take a lot longer to cook than vegetables and bread, which barely take any time at all. Okay, so the sausage is still going, it's cooking through right now. But I figured what we can do while we wait for that to be done is mix everything else up, because we're gonna mix everything in a big bowl and then we're gonna get it into the air fryer. So here we have our lightly toasted bread. We're gonna take celery, the herbs, the garlic, the onion, dump that all in. We've got like a tablespoon or so of melted butter. Drop that in. Our egg. And got about just about a cup of broth. Might not need it all. Dump that in. Guess we're gonna use all. And then we're gonna give it a nice mix. I just use my hands, because why not? And then once we get the sausage in there, we're ready to cook. And the last step is we're gonna season this up. It's my dirty hand, so I can't use that. Get some salt, some pepper. And we've got some buttery herb seasoning here. This is all I got on hand because I'm traveling. So we're just gonna do that. You can use any kind of dried herbs, probably be good here. Gonna mix that all up. Just wait for the sausage to be done and get it in the air fryer. All right, so last and final step. We've got some cooked sausage. It's pretty much cooked all the way through, but not super crisp. It's gonna finish with the rest of the stuffing. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna dump it in there. And again, because I'm nuts, I just use my hands to mix everything. Just gonna mix that up nice and good. Get a nice mix. And then what we're gonna try to do here is get it into our tiny little air fryer. And we're gonna air fry it, I'm gonna say about 340. We're gonna do about 5 or 6 minutes. We're gonna set it for 10. We're set it for 10, we'll see how it looks. We'll check it halfway through to make sure we're not overcooking it. But all you do, we're hoping here, is just dump this in. Get a nice even layer, like you're kind of packing a baking dish how you would make it traditionally in an oven. And that's all we got. We're gonna throw this in there and hope for the best. If you look at the air fryer, what we got going here is real crisp edges. What I'm worried about is the inside not being fully cooked or not being the way you would want it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make a little adjustment. We're gonna put this back in and we're gonna turn the temperature down to about 275 just to let the insides bake a little bit, because we already have these crisp edges and all we really wanna do is just make sure everything's cooked through in the middle. Love that beep sound. So what we got here is some crispy edges. I'm gonna take the back of this fork and try to test the middle of it to see what the texture's like. It feels pretty done. I think it's time for a taste test. So you can't really serve it your traditional way, but we're gonna scoop it right out of here onto a plate. Put that down here. I'd probably recommend letting it rest for a second, but you know what? It's not terrible. The inside is maybe not as crisp as you would get taking a really long time to cook in the oven your traditional way, but it's pretty dang tasty for about maybe 20 minutes of total work in an air fryer. So if you're gonna pinch on Thanksgiving holiday, maybe you've got everything filled up in the oven, you don't have so much space left, or all you got is an air fryer, you can do worse than make an air fryer stuffing. Not too bad. Pretty dang tasty.